Thank you so
Avrolemon
much.
or Greek soup. It's not going to be South African soup.
Yeah. I can never say that name.
Avrolemon.
Oh, no, you see, I don't know what it is. I can't do it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Should we put that in our bloopers?
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to a brand new season of Nourish by Spinneys, the podcast where we inspire you to eat well and live well. I'm Tiffany Eslick.
And I'm Devina Devecha. It's really good to be back. Tiff, hello.
Hello. Good to see you, my friend.
Yes, good to see you. I believe you had a bit of an exciting summer.
I did,
Yeah.
yes. Just so the whole world knows.
Yeah.
I broke my finger and sprained some other fingers. So summer was... I was on holiday when this happened.
Okay.
So, at least I was in a tropical, beautiful
Yes,
place. But
yes.
it was very dramatic. And it meant that the rest of summer was very slow. And I had been doing nothing, which was quite weird for me, I must say. Although I did go, while I was on holiday, to Will Goldfarb's restaurant, Room for Dessert. And
Nice.
we spoke to him last year, I think it was, or the year before. Gosh, I can't remember. And it was just so fantastic to try all his amazing desserts. And it really, you having like 6 courses of dessert and you don't feel there's not a lot of sugar and you don't feel full.
Yeah.
And we felt great afterwards. And just what a magical restaurant. So everything he said, and people, please go and listen to this episode. It's really worth visiting in Bali. So
Nice.
yeah, how about you?
I also had, I guess, some medical situation.
What was up this summer?
Our
Yeah.
summers. I ended up having surgery for
on
my legs for something. But so most of my summer was me recovering. Couldn't do my usual stuff, but it's okay. It's a quiet summer, and hopefully now full speed ahead. It's September.
Yes, I think maybe we need to switch our topics to like medical advice.
Yes, but on this episode, we're back with, an exciting conversation that, I know that you've been wanting to do for a long time now. So this is our conversation with Natasha Sideris, which was super engaging. I'm so excited for everyone to listen to it. And of course, it ties in with the South African theme that we have going on with the magazine, which is out in stores now. I'm really excited for this episode.
I know, this was a dream interview. I have eaten at Natasha's restaurants in South Africa for years.
Oh, nice.
And I mean, they're celebrating 20 years of Tasha's Group this year. So this really tied in nicely. I have so many fun memories of going to Tasha's Cafe with friends or my family and just having, whether you have breakfast or lunch, everything is consistently excellent. And she's brought that over here. And so I can go and have some of my favorite dishes here as well, at Tasha's. Just a dream person to speak to. I'm always so inspired by her. I think she's a powerhouse in the industry. So great start to the season.
Yeah, definitely. Her restaurants, I've only tried them here in the UAE. And, those are fantastic. And I think what was exciting for me at the end was we both got cookbooks that were signed by her, which was nice to take home a little bit of Tasha's.
Absolutely. Add to the collection.
Yeah.
And it's not a deal that I'm signing with Blue, but it's fine. The book's quirky, so.
My weekend. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. I've cooked out of her first one a lot, and so I can't wait to do the second one. And her restaurants here are just also diverse. You can go to Flamingo Room and have this wonderful, like, pink, feminine inspired dinner. And then Avli for that great Greek food. And I think Bungalow 34 is one of my favorite places in winter. Just to sit outside on that terrace and see the beautiful sea. And the food is fantastic. The service is excellent. I mean, that goes for all the restaurants.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gets it right at every single concept.
When you talk about concepts, a lot of them have grown so organically. And that's something she talks about in our conversation with her as well. Nothing was forced. It was all very organic. Things that fit the space were created, or, if something didn't work for a particular concept, that's when a new one was born. So that was really interesting to hear her approach to being a restaurateur as well, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And of course, we did ask her a little bit about South African food and South African cuisine. I was on the table with 2 South Africans, so that was interesting to get insights from both of you, actually, about food. I'm interested for people to hear that bit as well, because not many people perhaps may know about the details of South African cuisine.
Absolutely. I think every time I talk to people, I realize just how diverse our cuisine is. We don't have one, and so that was nice. It was nice to be able to teach you stuff about that, and would inspire you, not teach you. That sounds like a lecture. But also, just going back to her restaurants, I mean, it's crazy that she didn't even want to get into the restaurant business,
I watched my dad. And when I was growing up, I watched him working long and very hard hours, and we'd hardly ever see him. Mondays restaurants were closed in South Africa, so that would be our day with him. I don't know if you remember the Doll's House in Johannesburg, but that's where we'd go for a toasted sandwich. And I thought, I am never, ever going to do this business. But straight after I matriculated, my dad said, come and help me in one of the restaurants that he had, actually fishmonger. And I started to help him, and I fell in love with it. I did complete my degree in psychology, so I'd go to varsity in the day, have my apron in the boot of the car, put my apron on, go straight to work, party, of course.
Of course.
Younger than I am now. Go to lectures and rinse and repeat.
Wow.
So that was the start of the journey. And then in terms of Tasha's, opened it in 2001 with this vision to create a really boutique style cafe that exemplified accessible luxury. Because I think what Tasha's has managed to do, it still feels luxurious, but it doesn't exclude people.
Yeah.
It's really accessible luxury. And I think we've managed to hold on to that. And we're actually going to be 20 years old in September.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. Really?
And we are giving away some amazing gifts to all of our customers, and we're doing some massive celebrations, and actually also giving out a whole whack of vouchers for diners to go and eat for free at some of our other venues.
Oh, cool.
As part of the 20-year celebration, we're sponsoring 20 students who can't afford to study in the culinary sphere. We're sponsoring them. So everything's
amazing.
Around the 20-year celebration.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's also admirable that you're giving back.
We want to give back. So I think, if I have to look back, have there been some mistakes along the way? Definitely. Otherwise, you never learn. But I think we've managed to hold on to the essence of what Tasha's is, which is, good, simple, classic food. It's unfussy. Each store is unique, and it's got its own unique signature, which I think is really important, because then it doesn't feel like this mass-produced brand. And if you think about it, 20 years, we've got 17 in South Africa, we've got 6 in Dubai, we open a couple more. It's not a lot for 20 years. Other brands that have been around for 20 years probably got 30, 40, 50, 60 restaurants in that brand. But Tasha's per se, if you work it out, it's like 1.5 a year. And I think because of that slow, steady, intentional growth, we are still relevant 20 years later. I mean, Tasha's Galleria this year celebrated its 10th birthday.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
This is making me realize how long I've been in Dubai.
It's 10 years, guys. We've just renovated.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new
No,
renovation?
and I have no excuse because I live down the road.
It's really beautiful.
Okay.
I can remember when it opened. I was 4 years into living here, and I was so happy because it's always been my go-to place at home. So, wow, 10 years, my gosh.
Long time.
But I think with that, slow, that consistent building, you have opened so many other brands, and it was such a good grounding, and
I think Tasha's is sort of the DNA and the basis of everything, and it's anchored in that. I think there's a tendency now in hospitality for everything to be over experiential, in my opinion. I still think there's a place in the world for old school restaurateuring. There's this whole fad about what's going to be the next thing that's going to be popular on social media, or what's the next viral thing going to be. And the reality is that those things don't last. They don't have longevity. Very few have longevity. And I think if you stick to your knitting and you don't buckle to every trend and you focus on the things that matter to people, people can't eat a photograph. They want to come in and have a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
That's also grounded in something authentic.
Yeah.
And is not smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
So I think that's also why I think people can feel that we are authentic. And even in the other brands, the Flamingo Room, the Bungalow, the Avli, everything's grounded in authenticity.
Totally.
Has to be real.
I like that. You always seem kind of like you, not that you have blinkers, but you're very in touch with the community.
Focused.
You're focused and you don't get involved in all this, any kind of drama.
I try not to.
And I think that's really important, and it comes across. You can see that you're just real. What you're doing is what you believe, and you feel it in your places.
Yeah. Listen, up until recently, I didn't have Instagram on my phone. In fact, for 5 years, I took it off. I only put it on because of my birthday.
Okay.
So that I could do some research. And I'll be deleting it this week. And there's a very specific reason. I think that it's performance anxiety specifically in Dubai, is a very real thing. Operators can get very anxious. There's a lot of competition. And if you get sucked into worrying about what everyone else is doing and trying to mimic what everyone else is doing, you will lose your identity.
Yeah.
So I try as much as I can, and I encourage my staff just to focus on what we're doing and stay focused. And I think that's one of the reasons why Le Petit Maison has done so well over the years. I don't think they don't care what's happening to the left of them or to the right of them. And they just stick to what they do. Great food, great service, nice interior, no gimmicks. And that's a formula that hopefully is going to stand the test of time.
You know, you mentioned the word DNA and identity already a few times in this conversation. So I'd love to ask, with your background, your upbringing, also kind of being in that restaurant space as you were growing up, how did that affect, when you were putting together the idea of Tasha's, the DNA of Tasha's?
Yes. What happened with Tasha's is I had helped my dad with fishmonger, and then I went to work for a restaurant group called Nino's, which was a franchise chain, an Italian chain.
Right.
And I owned my own Nino's.
Okay.
We bought one of the franchises.
Wow, okay, yeah.
And a site came up in Athol Square, which is a place in Johannesburg, and a landlord called me and said, listen, I love the way you operate, but I don't want another brand. I want you to create your own brand. Okay. And I'd already been thinking about, it wasn't going to be called Tasha's, guys.
Okay. Okay.
What was it going to be called?
we had like 70 names. Anyway, I didn't want it to be called, I didn't want the responsibility and if it failed and what was going to happen. So anyway, in the end, everyone convinced me to call it Tasha's. And the idea was anchored around all-day dining that wasn't themed in terms of cuisine.
Okay.
So you'll notice that Tasha's doesn't have any theme in terms of its cuisine. Really, really good quality ingredients that you would find in any 5-star restaurant.
Okay.
Prepared simply with very little mise en place. So you'll come to a Tasha's, everything's made on order.
Yeah.
The Napolitana sauce is the only thing that's been cooked for a while because it needs to reduce and get tasty. And of course, the bolognese, the rest of and the salad dressings that we still make ourselves. No one produces our salad dressings.
Oh, amazing.
Everything's made in store.
In-house, okay.
Fantastic.
So the principles around creating the brand and the idea of creating the brand came from the fact that in South Africa, there was only either mass chains or themed restaurants like Italian, Portuguese, Chinese. Yeah. So I saw this gap in the market. And 10 years ago in Dubai, guys, it was a very similar thing.
Yeah.
10 years ago in Dubai, it was a lot of mass and a lot of high end, but nothing sort of in the middle.
Yeah.
I also think being South African, that approach, that humble, this is what it is approach, but like also this accessible luxury. Like there's a South African bit to this as well. Like,
right.
So don't forget that we brought, because my partner here is an Emirati partner, Mubarak bin Fahad, most unbelievable business partner. We've got great synergy. Is one of the conditions of opening with him in Dubai was, I want for the first store, 75% of the staff have to be from South Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't understand why. We've got great staff here. I said, because they've been working for me in South Africa for 10 years. At that stage, it was 10 years ago. I mean, 10 years ago when I did the deal for Dubai. And I said, we have to, guys, the people, the culture, your biggest threat to growth is not whether you can open a restaurant. Anyone can open a restaurant. Anyone can make a beautiful design. Anyone can come up with a menu.
Yeah.
The people working in it have to produce the food, and the people working in it have to serve your guest. Do they understand what's inside you, your spirit and your DNA? So 75% had to be from South Africa. And today, it's about 25 to 30% in every single restaurant.
Okay.
Is South African. Like now, Bungalow 34 for season, we brought in like 10, 12 South Africans.
Great.
Nice.
It makes me so happy.
Thank you.
My country people around me. It makes a difference.
And it's not, I mean, if the brand had been founded in Greece, then I would have said everyone's got to be from there. Because for 10 years, guys, we've got very, very little staff turnover. Actually, we did our quarterly business reviews this week. And in Tasha's, we have a 98% retention rate.
Oh, wow.
So you must know that we're doing as part of the 20-year anniversary, long service awards. I've got some people who've been working for me for 20 years in Tasha's.
That's brilliant.
Wow. So when you've been coaching someone for 20 years in a certain way, then they're going to coach the next person.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're going to coach the next person. It's like, a mirror neuron. They just keep learning from each other, this thing that's indoctrinated in them in a good way.
Yeah.
I want to use that word. I'm not a dictator, but yes. Some things I'm a dictator.
That's okay. I think everyone has the freedom to be able to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
When you're coming up with all these new brands, what is your process? Like you're like, okay, I'm going to launch Nala.
Yeah.
How does it work?
There's two things that either happen. One is I get offered a location that is not suitable for one of the brands that already exist in the portfolio. Two, the site that we've got has got an offshoot of a space. Then we would create something that's a little bit smaller and we can experiment with, in the case of Nala. The other one is gap in the market. I mean, these days there's very few gaps in the market.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've never ever seen what I call the gold rush of the food industry. I mean, food is the new fashion. And it's just the proliferation of the amounts of the different types of brands, the styles of restaurants, the different types of food. And then from one day to the next, there's all these things that are happening. So that's the process. So either it's location. In the case of Flamingo Room, we got offered the Al Naseem. That could never work as a Tasha's.
Right, yeah.
The space is too big. Second of all, it's amongst other fine dining. So what do? We create another brand. In the case of Nala, I wanted my training academy to be in Al Sakal. I think it's the most amazing community. So, and my food innovation hub. So training and food and beverage innovation. And one of the conditions that Al Sakal gave me was we had to have a food element.
Right.
Front facing. So the back could be all of our training and our training academy, but the front had to be a food offering. So I started looking around and thought, actually, let's develop our own QSR. We don't have a QSR in our portfolio. Let's develop this quick service brand where the food's as good as Tasha's, but it comes out in 8 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we start developing. Cafe Sophie, the one that we're opening in South Africa, and then hopefully we'll bring it back to Dubai, is an ode to my mom. She's no longer with us, but she was an unbelievable cook. She was quite eccentric, and my brother and I wanted to do something to honor her. So all the recipes are hers.
Oh, lovely.
The menu,
Wonderful.
very pared back, quite edgy in terms of interior, because my mom was very classic but also very edgy. And that came about because we got offered an old Victorian house. The kitchen was just too small to do a Tasha's menu. So then my brother and I went away and said, okay, now time to do, what we've wanted to do for a while, and let's do this brand in honor of our mom.
When is it opening? That sounds
in 10 days.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow! Okay.
Good luck.
That's amazing.
So I leave on the 27th. And for as long as I can, I want to be at all of my openings. We've got 15 coming up.
Oh wow!
Between now and sort of the middle to third quarter of next year, we've got 15 new restaurants opening.
That's brilliant.
Will I be able to be at every single opening? Maybe, maybe not. But for as long as I can, I want to be.
Yeah.
And is that between South Africa, Dubai, and other
we've got
places?
London, Tasha's. Opening wise, we're not opening more in London for now. Very tough market. So it's between South Africa and the Middle East.
Okay.
So we're doing one in Saudi. We're doing a Tasha's in Kaft.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing an Italian restaurant in Cape Town called Arlecchino. And then, guys, all of the brands, they have to feel authentic and rooted in something. So Arlecchino, the reason I'm calling it that is my aunt used to drive my brother and I around on a Sunday to Luberta Avenue.
Yeah.
Where all the little Italian coffee shops were, because she would like to boy watch. One of the restaurants was called Arlecchino.
Yeah.
And then we would sit there and she would watch the men and my brother and I would eat our pasta. So I'm opening an Italian in homage to that. So I think also to have stories.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That are not made up, that are actually real.
Rooted in
And you import some good men first of all.
Exactly. So I'm going to bring Arlecchino to Dubai as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I know that, I mean, you've always called, you are a restaurateur, but how involved are you still in absolutely every single aspect? Because I remember chatting to you and you were like, down to the playlists, Yeah.
In fact, if I had my phone here, my music director just messaged me and said, you haven't sent me the sample music that you want for Cafe Sophie.
Okay.
Down to menu costings. I'm meeting my team later. I want to see what the price points are going to be. Every single dish I still taste. I drove past Bungalow 34 today. I messaged Connor and I said, I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy because we serve breakfast on the weekends.
Yeah.
At Bungalow 34, but only when the weather's good. So we're launching new breakfast menu end of September. And we did a menu tasting. I wasn't happy with the Rosties. So they prepare 4 or 5 different methods. I said, I can't get out of the car. And then they rush to the car.
No way.
I thought, if anyone could see us, they rushed to the car with the plates. This one was made with butter. This one was shallow fried. This one was done like this. Taste them. Chose the one I want. I'm like, okay, these are sandals.
Yeah.
So, no, nothing goes on the menu until I've tasted it.
Oh,
Not
wow.
because I don't trust my team.
No.
Jill, as a culinary director, and now we've got Jessie Blake working for us.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, guys, they're super talents.
Yeah.
But I think the things that I want to still put my touch on, interiors,
Mm-hmm.
food, marketing, very important for me.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when I'm in the stores, interacting with the staff and the customers.
Yeah.
But there's certain touch points, I think, as a creative leader, you should never, or as much as you can. I'm not going to, at some points, I'm not going to be able to test every single dish.
Yeah.
I've got 40 stores now. I'll have 55 soon. If we expand Nala, we can take that number by the end of next year to 65. I'm not going to be able to taste the food for 65 restaurants.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
Maybe you will.
Well, you can.
Maybe you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need helpers.
We're all volunteering. But even with that, I mean, you mentioned the retention rate at Tasha's is so
98%.
amazing.
Yeah.
You're hitting 20 years now of the business and you're still so involved in everything, which is amazing. Kudos to you.
It's so amazing.
I think they do.
I think they do.
I wish I'd let go a little bit so I don't give them a headache. I'm like, where's this? Where's this? Where's this?
But were you like that always from the start of your journey? Worse.
Much worse.
When we come back, we talk all things South African with Natasha and her group's 15 openings for this year. That's right after this short break.
Welcome back. You're listening to Nourish by Spinneys. And now, back to our conversation with the restaurateur, Natasha Sideris. Were you like that always from the start of your journey? Worse.
Much worse.
How do you mean? What does that mean?
So I would open
Yeah.
and close the restaurant.
Yourself.
Myself.
Right.
All the ordering, all the receiving.
Wow.
Okay? So go from branch to branch
Yeah.
for 4 or 5 branches. All the ordering, all the receiving.
Wow.
Make all the food with my brother. Train all the food. Guys, I cooked all the food with my brother for the first 10 stores and trained all the food. I only got a chef after store number 10. I was much worse. And I had a much worse temper.
Wow. Surely that was challenging though to have to balance all of that by yourself.
Well, there was no balance. It just work.
Yeah.
Just work.
And it was all that cooking self-taught.
So yeah, because I'm not a chef.
Yeah.
Wow.
But my mom and dad, my dad was a chef.
Yeah.
And my mom was a fantastic cook. My grandparents coming from Greek heritage, all amazing chefs.
Yeah.
Amazing cooks. But well, no, it was much worse. I'm calm now.
Well, that's good.
I mean, you are calm.
And I'm going to go on a holiday for 5 weeks. I've just come back from a 5-week holiday. So I am a lot better.
Yeah.
But now in the openings, I'll be fully involved. I'll be on the floor, talking to the customers. I'm not going to go into the kitchen and physically cook because I've got a short fuse and maybe I should start shouting when I don't need to. I'll let my team do it, but I will taste every dish. They have to pre-cook everything for me. So I'll be in Cape Town. They get the kitchen on the 28th. We open first week of September.
Right.
They'll do 4 or 5 cookbacks to me. And I'm like, fix that, change that, do this.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot to manage. Thank you for fitting in the podcast.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
In the middle of all of this.
It's a pleasure.
You just like,
And I'm involved with the corporate work. HR, finance. I mean, I've got an amazing team, but I've got an eye and a handle on everything.
Yeah. Wow.
Have to.
Yeah.
If you love what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If you love what you do.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed. I've got amazing people. Really amazing team.
It's-
From head office down to scullery. Unbelievable people.
Yeah, you feel that in all your venues.
Thank you.
Yeah. I want to chat South African
Yes.
cuisine, but you also fire away because I feel like I'm dominating the conversation.
That's fine. I am sitting on a table with two people
South
from
Africans.
two South Africans, yes. But I was curious because we're in the middle of putting together the South African issue. I'm curious if someone hasn't been to South Africa and I haven't, and they've maybe never tasted the cuisine. What would you like to give someone first? What is my intro?
It's so difficult. I'll tell you why. Because South Africa's got such a rich tapestry, and we're a melting pot of different cultures. So there's Afrikaans food, and there's African food.
Yeah.
And let's take those two as the most predominant cuisines. If I was going to have South African food, Afrikaans food, a boerewors roll.
Yep.
Have to have a boerewors roll. Unbelievable. Or a bobotie.
Yeah.
Or sasatis are very nice.
Oh, yes, I've read
or
that one.
potjiekos.
Yeah.
Delicious. And in African food, morogo. It's like a chopped spinach, oniony.
Yeah.
And it's like a wild spinach. I love pap and stew. I love pap.
Yeah.
And I actually eat my pap with nkomazi, sour milk.
Oh, okay. Still, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Staff make it for me sometimes. And when there's no nkomazi, so I just have it with yogurt.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a mixed cuisine. I mean, there's a lot. There's Vet Cook and Cook Sisters, and it's a hybrid of cuisines. And then there's so many other cultures that are living there.
Yeah. And
but that's what I would say eat first. And I'd definitely say have a braai.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Make a mean barbecue with lamb chops.
Yeah. Oh, and our lamb is so good.
Best lamb.
Karoo lamb. Like, you need to come. I mean, the fact that you haven't been.
I still haven't been, yes. All those names, as I was reading through the magazine pages that are going to come out, I'm like, I recognize these names. I've seen a few of these recipes.
Yeah.
So, if I think someone isn't aware of South African cuisine, I think the September issue is a good one.
I think on the Afrikaans side and on the Cape Coloured side, there's a lot of meat with fruit, dried fruits.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of that type of flavor.
Yeah. They like to sweeten their vegetables.
Got it.
So sugar with pumpkin.
Yeah.
Very
nice.
Carrots always very sugary.
I love.
Do you use South African ingredients in your restaurants?
In some of the restaurants we do. But as I say, Tasha's is sort of a mix of things. So we'll draw a little bit of an ingredient from here and an ingredient from there, and it's not fusion food because it's still basics.
Yeah.
It's unfussy food. But we certainly have some flavors here and there.
And from around as well. So one of my favorite Flamingo Room is the calamari with the Mozambique and the frites. And so it's from our neighboring country. But we've got an amazing cuisine, and it is diverse. It's
very diverse.
You have to start to explain it, and then you've obviously got Greek South Africans and Italian South Africans and Lebanese South Africans, and it just goes on and on.
I also think what young South African chefs are doing, specifically in Cape Town, for South African cuisine is very interesting, and you've just got to look in London. Some South African restaurants that have opened that they're winning awards with their cuisine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We were just at Galjoen. Have you been?
Yes,
oh my God, it's amazing.
Is it amazing?
It was just.
I haven't been.
It was, the service was excellent. It was, the waiter just got us immediately, and he wanted to interact, and it was great. And having two people who'd never been to South Africa with me, it was good for them to experience that. The seafood, it's kind of a little bit like what Josh Nyland is doing with his fish butchery. A little bit of that. But then, they bring out the sea bamboos and they show you this, and they show you how you can use that in a dashi. And
that sounds amazing.
Like sea bamboo type thing. But it's like a dry, very large black turnip.
Okay.
And then we find it on the coast. And so they were talking about that. And then
I'm actually going to go. Now that I'm going to be in Cape Town for a month, I'm going to book.
Oh my gosh.
And the setting, spectacular.
Yeah. It's it's a little bit like, not like Fane, but how you kind of feel like you're in Cape Town, but you don't as well. A little bit Danish, Scandi, but then warm with the African setting.
Have you eaten at Roserie yet?
No.
You know that it's part of our group.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Nick Karalambos used to be my chef at Avli.
Yeah.
2 years in, he came, he said, Tash, listen, I love Dubai and I love working for you, but I want to connect with the ingredients. I want to go back to Cape Town where I can talk to the farmer, I can talk to the butcher, I can talk to the person who's making my cheeses. I said, Nick, my boy, the door's always open, go and explore. And then he said, will you mentor me? So I said, of course I will. And he came up with this Cypriot Greek cuisine.
Wow.
And then I financed him. So we're in partnership and we're looking to bring it to Dubai.
Okay. Well,
you got it.
I'll go in December.
Please do me a favor. And when you want a booking, because it's jam-packed, not because it's mine, I'm going to take no credit for the food. It's all him. I'm just giving him business advice.
Yeah.
You have to go and eat.
Okay. And then, let me know about what you think of Galjoen.
I will.
Because I also had never been to Belly of the Beast, and we tried to get in there and it was impossible.
Did you try the Belly of the Beast pop-up that they did in Ras Al Khaimah? So they came and they cooked for like a few people.
Yeah.
I think it was
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah. It was a government delegation and a couple of other people were invited.
Yeah.
Their food is outstanding.
Wow.
Nick's food from Roserie is on that level.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Just with Cypriot and Greek cuisine. Yeah,
I clearly need to plan a trip.
Yeah.
No, top
I want
restaurants.
to run food trips to South Africa. For
You
everyone.
should do.
Yeah.
You really should do. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I could sit and talk food to you all afternoon.
Exactly.
Do you have any other questions for Tasha? Or do you have any questions for us? Because I feel like
you got to order her a toasted steak special from Haparama, so she can taste the proper South African toasted sandwich.
Yeah,
right.
Don't eat breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't eat lunch.
Okay.
Eat it at about 4 and then go home and sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is delicious. It's a toasted sandwich with what we call slap chips,
Okay.
doused in very hectic artificial tomato sauce and mustard with a masala steak.
Okay.
It is top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like one. And then maybe we'll throw in some Steri Stumping cream soda.
Let me know when you want to do this. I am down.
Yeah. Actually, you'll eat it. You're adventurous.
I will eat it. I'm adventurous. Why does it need me to be adventurous?
Not adventure. It's a big meal. Yeah, it's a heavy meal.
And then you go to sleep afterwards.
Okay.
You eat at about 4 or 5 and then just drive home and sleep.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Okay,
this is fine.
Yes, cool.
But we've talked about your 15 openings coming up in the next, say, about a year-ish.
Yeah.
So
8
what
months.
are those?
So we've got Tasha's.
Yeah.
Nala, Arlecchino, Cafe Sophie, and La Park.
Okay.
And spread across those 15 venues. We're going to
South Africa, Middle East.
Yeah. And we've just opened Avli in Bahrain.
Oh,
Doing
nice.
extremely well. Thank God.
Okay, yeah.
Very
I
busy.
need to go back there. I haven't been there for like 8
Guys,
years.
Bahrain's also amazing, eh? Also got some nice places to eat at.
Yeah.
And so close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And down to earth and chilled.
Yeah.
And you also said you have Saudi.
We have Saudi, we have Flamingo Room in Saudi, we're opening Tasha's in Saudi in Kaft. Maybe doing another Flamingo Room.
Oh, very cool.
So our neighbours in Kaft, because we're there. So we've we opened up our little store.
And how's it doing?
Well, yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And
nice market.
Yeah. It's interesting market. Yeah.
Okay. But yes, then I will ask the final question.
Okay.
Which I'm here for. What is it that nourishes your soul?
Friends, family. That's it. I think you live a very happy, fulfilled life. If you can surround yourself with people who want to uplift you. Having celebrated my 50th now, forget all the things that I put on and the amazing food and the entertainment. All of that was just an aside. The energy that my friends and family brought to me. After 4 days, you think you'd be wrecked, but I was like flying because your whole soul and your heart gets full.
Yeah.
And I think that in a world where we live pretty isolated because of our phones, and you see people like dining socially and everyone's just like looking at their phone. And our lives are very, very fast paced.
Yeah.
If you can have a balance of having connectedness with friends and family, then your soul is totally nourished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a good soup.
Yes. So true. Yeah.
Avrolemon or Greek soup. It's not going to be South African soup.
I can never say that name.
Avrolemon.
Oh, no, you see, I don't know what it is. I can't do it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Should we put that in our bloopers?
This episode was brought to you by Spinneys and was hosted by me, Tiffany Eslick, and Davina Devicha. We're produced by Chirag Desai. Don't forget to follow Spinneys on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for more. And you can also visit us at spinneys.com, where you can shop for fresh produce and a variety of local and exclusive products.
We'll be back with a new episode in 2 weeks. See you then.